Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Crummell. A massive wildfire continues to burn in Cumberland County. We now know it has scorched more than 1,000 acres. Seth Kaplan live at Micho State Forest with the latest. Good afternoon, Seth.
Good afternoon, James. Yeah, we just got finished speaking with DCNR folks, giving us the very latest. First, I want to show you some of the very latest video into our newsroom. This is from a viewer, Shane Weigel, who got caught up in this yesterday. He said, you got to see this. He was just hiking along one of his favorite trails and all of a sudden realized that, you know what, this was not a good situation to be in. And he got out of there, not before he sort of started inhaling some of the smoke. It was a dramatic situation. I spoke with him a little while ago. He's fine. You're going to hear from him on our air later. I want to show you also some aerial video shot at sunset last night. You can see the fire spreading, and this is some of the last good look that we've gotten at the fire, because frankly, James, as the fire grows, we have less to show you, because for our safety and the safety of firefighters, they have moved us back. They have also begun conducting a limited evacuation of homes near the fire.
Nobody's being mandated to evacuate or forced out of their homes. And there are also some other homes that are close to the fire that are just being told to be ready.
So if you haven't heard from them, it's because you don't have to evacuate. So in terms of any kind of an evacuation map, we've had folks ask. No, they have gotten in touch personally with those people who need to evacuate right now, but they want other folks to be ready just in case. I mean, look, frankly, we all saw, of course, what happened in Los Angeles, however uncommon that is. These things can be unpredictable. The Thompson Hollow fire, which is the one we're talking about here, is the main fire. It, James, is up to 1,150 acres right now. A second fire up to about 200 acres over in Franklin County. A third fire described as active over there as well. And right now they are calling this 0% containment. Now I know that sounds scary. This is how it works though. It does start at 0%, and they are building lines around the fire, and they are cautiously optimistic that they'll be able to get the fire contained. It's a big fire. You're talking almost 2 square miles burning right now. Thankfully not near many homes or businesses or anything like that, right out here in the middle of Micho State Forest. But again, if you say, well, you know, where are the flames behind us? And you might have seen Evan Papalis yesterday showing you those dramatic efforts to contain the fire. The reality is right now we can't be as close as they were yesterday, precisely because that fire has spread. In fact, we saw fire crews coming in from Maryland, far and wide, to help these folks here. They say they have what they need. And James, I want to emphasize this too. They said in terms of, you know, donations, that sort of thing, they know people want to help. They're basically saying thanks, but no thanks. They say the way to help is to donate to your local fire department. And if they end up providing assistance, they'll appreciate that. Donate goods or money. But they really, the best we can all do to help is to stay out of the way.
Absolutely. Well said, breaking everything down for us there, Seth. One question for you. You talked about this being 0% contained and how scary that could sound. Did the officials there talk about at all any type of a timetable for how long something like that would take to get under control?
Yeah, we asked them, and they said if they had to guess, and that's all it is. They said, look, don't hold them to this, but they said, you know, hopefully days, not weeks, but also not hours. Frankly, James, this was, you saw there the little media availability there. The first of what they are planning to be, frankly, many of them for us. They told us, you know, 10:30, 4, and 7:30 every day they're going to be doing this if they have any new information. So that tells you, if they've already scheduled that they're not thinking that this is going to be done before the end of today, for example. But they have a lot of experience doing this. They say they have what they need in terms of crews, in terms of resources, including water, as you might imagine. So this is going, they say, as it is supposed to go. It just does take time. And the biggest variable of all is weather. We know, listening to ABC 27 meteorologists, not a lot of rain forecast, but even just being sort of toward the upper end of that middle amount that's forecast could be really helpful. They need some moisture here, and that's more helpful than basically everything everyone could do. By the way, it's sort of what started the fire. they say, look, 99% of forest fires start because of some kind of human activity, whether it's intentional or by accident. Right now, they're just focused on putting this thing out. But, if they had to guess, it would have been some kind of spark from some kind of human being. And we'll learn more about that sometime later.
All right, and Seth, I know you're going to stay out there for us, and we'll check back with you in a little bit. I know you've been talking about the weather, so we're going to talk about that too. Seth Kaplan, live for us there in Cumberland County. Thank you so much.